Ladies, 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 we are here tonight on the show. And tonight, we just got some news to go over. We might do Collision for a little bit. We'll see the recap. But first of all, they're saying Sami Zayn, he got an interview talking about the Bloodline story thing. And he's like, yeah, man, it would make a lot of sense for Jey Uso to win the character-wise, at least, within the storyline for Jey Uso to win the championship now. A lot of people are saying that, which makes me think they might not do it. It might get too predictable. Because I think the huge thing about the storyline, kind of sometimes the shocking, right? With Sami Zayn, stabbing his back on Roman, hitting him with the chair at Royal Rumble, and then, I felt people could see the at Night of Champions, Jimmy leading the Bloodline. I think the Jey Uso the following a few weeks later on SmackDown, that was more shocking. And then obviously on Saturday with the Usos beating Roman and Solo, they're doing great numbers. They get like 25, 35 million views across all of WWE social media platforms. So I feel like it would still get a lot of views though, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know if they do it, man. So people are saying that they might have Roman maybe cheat and retain at SummerSlam. And then the next pay-per-view in September is Payback, which that's where it would be exactly the 3-year anniversary and the same show where Roman Reigns won the first won the title 3 years ago. So it would come full circle because it would be where he started 3 years ago and maybe where he could finally lose it to Jey Uso in a rematch at Payback. So a lot of people are saying it, but we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. Becky Lynch says she has a lot of same creative with her storylines. She says, sometimes I overthink things, but I'm learning to, stay more calm and not get too stressed. But yeah, she pretty much, I'm not surprised. She's been in the company for so long. I'm not surprised she gets creative control for her stuff. LA Nightman, Kevin Nash said he's basically just a rip-off version of The Rock, and he doesn't see anything special, anything like original from him. You can see flashes. Same thing in AEW with Ricky Starks. You can see flashes. But I do think, he has he's like Gunther, right? Gunther kind of sometimes reminds you of Bruno Sammartino, but he's not really trying to be Bruno Sammartino. I don't know, but I can see why he would think that, man. I can see why he would think that. Freaking Finn Balor, he said that he feels like me and Damian Priest are like the big brothers, like the uncles of the Judgment Day, and freaking Dominic and Rhea Ripley are like our freaking little brothers. That was hilarious. Anyways, Io Sky actually already became the second longest women's Money in the Bank winner. At first, I believe it's Carmella with like 250 days. But then after that, every other woman has cashed it in the same night they won it. So Io Sky now has been champion for it's about to be 48 hours that she's been Money in the Bank briefcase holder. So that's already the second longest Money in the Bank briefcase holder at 48 hours. Because all the other women have cashed in the same night they won. That is crazy. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. They're saying that they don't know John Cena. They don't know what the future holds. Wait, hold on. Let me read this first. Jade Cargill said that they asked her on Twitter if she was going to come back soon, and she said no. But now people are blowing out of proportion, saying that Jade Cargill is done with AEW. I think she's taking more time. It's only been like a month, right? She got the title when? Was it in May at Double or Nothing? It's only been a month. Like, people got to relax. She just, what was it, the 28th of May, I believe it was, right? Jesus Christ. Come on, give her more time. Charlotte Flair took like 4 months off. John Cena, John Cena. People are, a lot of they're saying it's getting very complicated to book him due to his movie schedule. They're saying that was just a one-off thing. That don't expect a match with Grayson Waller in the future. That was just part of it because they thought it because Grayson Waller is Australian. They thought it would be kind of like good for him. It's like, no, we don't need it in England. We need it in Australia. Just get some heel heat for Grayson Waller, and then have the moment with John Cena with John Cena hitting the attitude adjustment on him. But yeah, they said don't expect a follow up from this. This is just a one night thing. John Cena is way too busy with his movie schedule, and they don't know when's the next time they will see John Cena on WWE program. Also, one final one. Natalya did get an award this weekend for like being the longest woman's reigning. Like she has the most wins for a woman, the most pay-per-view appearances for a woman, the most WrestleMania appearances. She got like an award for like being like the Iron Woman of WWE. So congratulations to Natalya. Let me see here. I think so let's see here. Collision, man. Collision, AEW Collision. This show is kind of getting a little. There's not much going on in this show. What was the day? July 1st, I believe it was. Yeah, I don't know about this show. It is getting like to the point where it might not be worth watching. I hate to say it, but it is. It might be getting to that point. I'm gonna try to give it more time, but I did have trouble last night watching it. I did kind of was falling asleep at times. But let's go through this shit, man. So we started with MJF, and he makes his appearance in Collision. He has a match with some jobber, Kip Morris. I'm not sure who that is. He beats him like in 5 seconds. Pretty much a freaking squash match. Then MJF gets on the microphone and he says, hey, man, anybody else want a shot at this shit, man? This was way too easy. Anybody that's from Canada, man, I'll accept it. Ethan Page comes out. He's like, man, come on, man. I bust my ass off from this company, man. My father, I don't start talking about his father. He's like, man, I'm not a lazy ass like you, man. I'm ready to go to work. Man, I've been promoting this whole Canada tour for months, man. My wife told me, when is AEW gonna pay me back? And he's like, honey, they're gonna pay me back in due time. And tonight is that time. I want to match for the AEW World Champion. So MJF and Ethan Page for the freaking championship. Good, obviously a much better match. It's about 10-15 minutes. MJF hits Ethan Page with like a chop block. That's the whole theory of the match. He's got a leg injury. Everything he does, his leg hurts. And so that's why MJF is able to beat him. He hits what is it? The dragon screw shit he does off the freaking the ropes, and that's how he beats him. So MJF obviously retains. At least they gave Ethan Page some time, man. And then we get Power Hobbs versus Dustin Rhodes. Good little match. I mean, they have Dustin Rhodes bleeding all over the damn place. They gave a good time. Obviously, at the end, man, freaking Hobbs wins the damn match. And then we get freaking we get Miro in action, and he wins pretty fast. I'm not even sure who the hell he was fighting, but Miro won by submission. And then we get a little, this is more of a storyline. Finally, we get some type of storyline here. Tony Schiavone's in the ring with Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Gun Boys. They pretty much make it official. The Gun Boys are part of Bullet Club Gold. And they're talking about, CM Punk and FTR. The Gun Boys, I think they challenge FTR for the AEW Tag Team titles. Shit like that. Later on the night, Juice Robinson, or I think right after that, Juice Robinson has a match with Ricky Starks. Very good match. Juice Robinson got a lot of shit in, man. Ricky Starks at the end. The ending was kind of weak, I think. Ricky Starks won a freaking roll up. Ricky Starks with a freaking for roll up, kind of weak finish. And then we get freaking well, then the rest of Bullet Club comes out, the Guns and Jay White. But then right after that, FTR and CM Punk are out too to defend Ricky Starks. So nothing really big happens. And then we get a women's match. Chris Stylander versus Lady Frost. Chris Stylander wins. We had backstage segments with Luchasaurus and Christian, and then Shawn Pierce, out of all people, appears and possibly challenges Luchasaurus to a match for the TNT champion. Then later on, we have Andrade doing a backstage segment, and he's asking for his mask, which I couldn't understand what the hell he was saying. I think he was asking for his mama, honestly. And then, the House of Black shows up with the mask, and then the lights go dark. All right. CM Punk joins the commentating table for the main event, which is Samoa Joe versus Rick Strong. It was a good match, but obviously Samoa Joe wins it, man. Samoa Joe wins it, I think, with the Coquina clutch. Then after the match, they kind of threaten. Samoa Joe grabs a chair, CM Punk grabs a chair, but then Samoa Joe starts walking away. But then at the end, he grabs the chair, he puts it in the ring, and he hits he slams Ricky Strong to the chair. Then he relieves. CM Punk gets in the ring. He's all pissed off. Adam Cole comes out because he's friends with Riddick Strong, and they stretch Riddick Strong out of the arena. And that's basically the end of the show. That was basically the end of the show. There is some storyline here with Bullet Club Gold and FTR and maybe teasing a CM Punk Jay White one-on-one match eventually, maybe like a tag team match for the titles between FTR and the Gun Boys. I guess House of Black and Andrade have something going on. But outside of that, not really. Not much going on. I don't know about this show. It seems like it's just match after match after match after match after match after match. And the only guy they seem to care and focus on is CM Punk. Is this how the show's going to go? Everybody's just going to have match after match after match after match after match. And then CM Punk's the only one that's going to get he seems to get the only one that gets microphone. He got a, they got the whole segment, with Bullet Club Gold. And then, he got to do commentating. And then at the end, he got to do the rundown of Samoa Joe. By the way, CM Punk, no contact ever made with anybody. The closest thing supposedly he was going to, go get Samoa Joe after he body slammed Riddick Strong to the chair. But are people tuning in to watch CM Punk do commentating? Are people buying tickets? They're not. If this is your main horse, you gotta, with WWE, they're able to get away with it because, they have other stars on the show, right? SmackDown, at least, right? And you have more pay-per-views to showcase. Where with AEW, man, they go at times they go 3 months without pay-per-views. And you're not going to have CM Punk wrestle on the main shows is a huge problem. Like I said, they can get away with MJF because they mostly feature MJF on Dynamite. You have other stars like Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, but on Collision, there is not much. So if your main star is CM Punk, you got to feature him a little bit better than having him do commentating. This week you got MJF on, but you're most likely not going to get MJF again. So there's just, unless you have to bring at least one or two other stars, otherwise people are just going to tune in this show because people are not going to tune in just to watch do do commentating. But ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm finished.